I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. The news is not too swift around the United States these days. For example, I want to read to you what stores are closing. This deals with the economic disaster that has befallen our nation. And of course, at present, the president is meeting with 20 leaders from 20 countries, and they are preparing for a new world currency. In fact, the United States is not the only one who's hurting financially. All the nations of the world seem to be failing, as well as the United States. Just a coincidence, of course? I don't think so. I think the world is moving toward the tribulation period and the rise of the Antichrist, and eventually the mark of the beast, which is a one-world monetary system. Listen to these stores that are closing. Ann Taylor's closing 117 stores. Eddie Bauer has already closed 27 shops. Women's retailer Cachet announced that it's closing 20 to 23 stores this year. Lane Bryant, the fashion bug, Catherine's, closing 150 stores nationwide. Talbot's announced that it will be shuttering all 78 of its kids and men's stores. Now the company says it'll close another 22 underperforming stores. The 22 stores will be a mix of Talbot's, Women's, and J.Jill, another chain it owns. Gap Incorporated closing 85 stores. Foot Locker is closing 140 stores. Wix is going out of business. Goodbye Levitt's, the furniture retailer, it's going out of business, and it's been in business since 1910. It's closing all 76 of its stores in December. Zales and Piercing Pagoda are closing stores. 82 stores have been closed so far. Another 23 are underperforming. Of the 105 locations planned for closure, 50 are kiosks and 55 are stores. The Home Depot is shuttering 15 stores. The move will affect 1,300 employees. CompUSA has already gone out of business this past year. Macy's is axing 9 stores. Movie Gallery closed 160 stores as a part of reorganization plan to exit bankruptcy. The video rental company plans to close 400 of its 3,500 movie gallery and Hollywood video stores, in addition to the 520 locations the video rental chain closed last fall. Then Pacific Sunwear is closing 153 demo stores. Pep Boys is closing 33 stores. Print Nextel, 125 retail locations. The new Print Nextel CEO Dan Heiss appears to have inherited a company bleeding subscribers by the thousands. That's what it says. And now will officially be dropping the axe on 4,000 employees and 125 retail locations. J.C. Penney's and Lowe's and Office Depot are also scaling back. Ethan Allen Interiors closing 12 of its 300-plus stores. Wilson's, the leather exports, closing 158 stores. Pacific Sunwear will close its 154 demo stores. Sharper Image is recently filed for bankruptcy, closing 90 of its 184 stores. Bombay Company plans to close all 384 U.S.-based Bombay Company stores. KB Toys posted a list of 365 stores and that it's closing around the United States. And then Dillard's also plans to close more stores. Now, that's just the tip of the iceberg. What's happening? According to Larry Bates, in his book, The New Economic Disorder, he writes in the opening page, "The greatest shock of this decade is that more people are about to lose money than in any time before in our history. But the second greatest shock will be the incredible amount of money just a relatively small group of people will make at exactly the same time." So in this book, he tells you how to make money during the coming economic disorder. Now, Dr. Larry Bates is an economist. He's a publisher and editor of the Monetary and Economic Review. He is a former member of the Tennessee House of Representatives, served 3 terms, and is a chairman. He was the chairman of its Committee on Banking and Commerce, so the man is a smart man. Dr. Bates is a former bank CEO and has taught money and banking for the Bank Administration Institute and the State College system in Tennessee. In fact, he's a member of the Board of Governors, or has been a member of the Board of Governors of the University of Tennessee. He's an internationally recognized speaker on political systems and the Federal Reserve and how they affect the economy and your finances. And I want you to know that this man knows what he's talking about. I am not an economist. I do not know how to advise you on the economy. I've got my ideas, but I'd rather leave it up to the experts. I do know that the world is moving toward the mark of the beast. And I cannot tell you exactly what you need to do, except I think you should store up some food, and I mean a lot of food. And beyond that, I want you to get this book. We're offering it. You can see it here on the main page at prophecyinthenews.com. I want you to get it. It's $14.95 plus shipping and handling. Order it from us. And to me, if you didn't get any other book, you need to at least find out what this man has to say, because he's been on the inside. He knows how the banking cartel, the Federal Reserve, and all those guys are working in bleeding the American people, in destroying our economy in favor of a one-world economy. So please, he wants you to know how you can make money, how you can save your assets, how you can do well when everybody else is losing their life savings. So this book is pretty good. I like it. I've read it. I think I know I'm going to be following this thing by the letter. So, how about you? Will you get it? It's not that it's not that you don't need it. I mean, you really need this book, and he will tell you how you can help yourself to save your assets during this time. Got a lot of good information. He's got a list in here, for example, on ownership and loanership. I like that. He said when you own gold, you own money. When you own Federal Reserve notes, you loan money. You don't owe any money. That's the government borrowing from you. You pull a $1 or $10 or $20 bill out of your billfold and look at it, it'll say Federal Reserve note. That means that you loan the government your labor, your assets, and they give you back this piece of paper in return. Ownership and loanership. It's worth the price of the book just to find out what it's all about. So get it today, will you? Order it from us, and you will be in a position to save your assets while the retail industry is and the stock market is hurting badly. You don't need to be hurting badly. So I hope you will. Pay attention. Get the book. I'm J.R. Church. See you again tomorrow afternoon with our analysis of the news.